खत्म हो गया अभी भी. Hello, hi guys, how are you all? Hello, hi guys, how are you all? Okay, so I'm just waiting for other people to join. Okay, so I can see so many of like what I can see near about 300 people coming live. Everyone, how are you all? So this is Sai Kiran from LetsUpgrade. I am actually super excited for you all, guys. You have joined today. I can see Mandeep, Utkarsh, Mayuri, Yash, Shubham Pal, Amarjeet. Okay, so जोर से बोलो. Short by. Okay, I don't know what does that mean. Okay, so hi guys, this is Sai Kiran. I'm the CEO and founder of Let's Upgrade. I'm just here to launch this batch. I hope that every one of you are super excited to start your learning with JavaScript Essentials program. I'm here today to answer all your questions regarding the program, and then I'll introduce you to the trainer. Okay, I'll take 5 minutes. Within my 5 minutes, I'll finish this whole thing. First of all, मुझे ये बताओ, please, every one of you, which language you guys are comfortable with. Okay, so tell me from where you guys are joining. Where you guys are joining. I'm joining from Mumbai. I want to know from where you guys are joining in. Uh, Tell me in the chat कहाँ से join कर रहे हो, from where you guys are joining us. So hi Dheeraj, hi Rohit, how are you? Hi Nita. Okay, so I want to know from which particular location you guys are joining in. I see there is a lag of okay, there is a lag of 30 seconds or something. Andhra Pradesh from Nagpur. Okay, Vishakhapatnam, Yala Unnaru for all the people from Andhra and Telangana. Kasaka. Okay, so this is from Marathi people. And now for Karnataka people, I don't know, Maharashtra. Okay, Saru છે તમે. Okay, so કેમ છો? Okay, then afterwards Jaipur. राजस्थानी नहीं आती भाई, आपको हिंदी आती है. चेन्नई, नल्ला रिकेंगे. Okay, then I have got Meerut. I have got people from Lucknow, Maharashtra, Bihar. Hi guys, how are you? Nasik. मेरा नाम भी बोलो, that is Mihir Rat. How are you, Mihir? Then okay, I have got Uttarakhand. Great. Amazing. Thanks a lot, every one of you, for joining today. We are going to start our JavaScript program. Let me ask my coordinator here. Bro, by when Saurabh Gupta is joining? Huh, tell me. In 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, he is joining us. Okay, in 2 minutes, let me answer all your questions, all your doubts. What is that you all are up to? Okay, by the way, you guys can see me very clearly, right? Okay, how many of you want to be an actual developer? So tell me right now, how many of you want to be an actual developer? Okay, कितनों को आप सब में नहीं क्या एकदम serious development में जाना है? Okay, so tell me that right away in this chat. Okay, so I have got see, when I say actual developer, how many of you are here from engineering backgrounds or BCA, MCA, or like non-tech backgrounds who are like, I want to be a developer working in Netflix, or I want to be a developer working in Infosys, Accenture, TCS. I want to be that. So how many of you want to be that? And how many of you are confused? Like, I don't know यार how to be a developer. How many of you are confused that मुझे पता ही नहीं, मैं मेरे पास ना कोई बड़ा भैया है ना कोई दीदी है, कोई डेवलपर बन रहा है. So this is the number one issue with everyone, right? So I am going to be your elder brother from here onwards. Let's Upgrade is going to be your go-to place for solving all your doubts and showing you that there is a roadmap to be a developer, and a developer who can earn 3.5 lakh minimum. The 3.5 lakh का job तो कहीं पे भी नहीं है. The maximum what you can earn is like going to be near about 13 to 15 lakhs per annum as per your performance in the thing. Okay, so are you guys clear with me till now? Are you guys clear with me till now? Okay, so trainer has joined. Okay, what happened to the trainer? Is there anything so I'm from mechanical background, I want to be a web developer, I'm from CAC branch. When we should mark the attendance? See, I think you guys will be able to get the attendance sheet, attendance, sorry, attendance link कहाँ पे है? Attendance link कहाँ पे है, bro? अटेंडेंस लिंक कहाँ पे है? डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिख नहीं रहा ना हमको यहाँ पे। ब्रो डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर मुझे अटेंडेंस का लिंक नहीं दिख रहा, प्लीज टेल मी वेयर इट इज. Okay, so attendance link will be shared with you in the live chat itself, so please just go ahead and let us know there. Now people who are saying that I want to be a Java developer, I want to be a web development person. Okay, now tell me, can a BA students do web development? Muki, 100% a BA students can do web development. Okay, that's not an issue at all. And all the 400 people who have joined us right now, hi, I am Sai Kiran, and I'm the founder of LetsUpgrade. I know what is the number one problem with you all guys. See, in the meantime, trainer is joining. Uh, I'm here to guide you all guys how you can crack a job in the industry. So there are only 6 steps to crack a technical job. I have been into so many hackathons. I know I've been that pro developer. I have won so many hackathons by PM Modi sir, who is organized that like directly organized by Modi sir's office. I have won that, and I have worked for companies like Reliance, and I have worked for companies like Your Bikes, MBRDA, and all. So now from my whole background, I can say you one thing: only 6 things are required if you want to be a developer. What are these 6 things? So the number one thing which is required to be a pro developer: good foundational skills. Okay, foundation skills which are like very good. Then second thing which we have got, data structures and algorithm. You need to be very good at data structures and algorithm. Once you have joined that data structures and algorithm, that's going to be a very plus point. Third thing which is going to be super important, that is any one skill. Just pick up any one skill and learn that end to end. Fourth thing which you have got is after learning a skill, build projects. Until unless you don't build projects, you will not get that confidence. And the fifth thing you have is what we say, go and attend interviews. Sixth is like cracking a job. So these are the only 6 things what you need to do. The 3 things which are very important: pick one programming skill. You may want to pick up Python, you may want to pick up JavaScript, you may want to do whatever it is. Just pick up one skill, and after picking up after picking up one skill, you will understand ki ha yaar, one programming language, you have that confidence. Go learn data structures algorithm, because that is the basic thing of any interview. Third thing, learn a framework that can be MERN stack, that can be data science, that machine learning and all. Okay, that can be let's say cloud computing. Learn any one real skill. Implement projects, maybe in by yourself, by joining something here and there. Now, so at the last, we have got only one thing, that is go and attend interviews. So if you do these all things, that's it, you are automatically a placeable resource for all the companies. Okay, so just go ahead and refresh your see, the attendance link is in the chat guys, so just go and give the attendance there. Even I can open the attendance link here, and I can see that it's working completely fine. Just give the attendance link, and you will be uh, okay, you will be able to join you will be able to get a certificate after completing this course. Okay, so that's my part. I'm very clear about it. You all can, आप सब लोग developer बन सकते हो. जो मैंने 6 चीजें बताई है, that's the thing which you require. You all can be a developer. The 6 things what I have shared are the only things which you require. Okay, now all the people, let's start with the actual training part. Today is your JavaScript zero to hero. I hope that everything is fine by now, with the trainer also joining us. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start this. Hi sir, hi, welcome, hello, how are you?
Hi, sir. I'm great. I'm great. How are you, sir? I'm really great. I'm
I'm
so
all good,
sorry,
all good,
guys,
all
for
good.
the delay. I'm
No,
really
it's totally
sorry.
fine.
There was some bad internet connection going on. I'm really sorry. So now I
Okay,
have joined, and
got
now
it,
we're
not an
gonna
issue, not an
build
issue.
some cool stuff.
um,
Yeah.
um, Okay, just take it ahead, sir. So thanks a lot for joining in, and I'm looking forward for this whole session being good. Guys, a brief intro about Saurabh Gupta. Saurabh Gupta is a pro level developer in JavaScript. He knows many things end to end, and he's one of those resources who are like uh, many companies watch for, and it was very difficult for us to even catch hold of him. So thanks a lot, Saurabh sir, for joining in. And this course is totally free of cost. After completing this whole program, you will be given a question. Okay, 10 questions which you need to answer. There will be MCQ questions, and once you complete those MCQ questions, you'll be getting a certificate. So that's it, guys, nothing else. Just go ahead and complete. Attendance sheet needs permission. Okay, so that is sorted, guys. Just go ahead and do it. Chalo, thank you. Over to you, Saurabh sir. All the best
Yep.
for this
Thank you
session,
so much.
and thank you guys for joining in. We are super looking forward to you. Okay, bye bye. Take care.
Okay, Varuna, can you share my screen? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, first of all, hey everyone, how are you guys? Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sandeep, Sakti, Ibrahim, Jyotirimay, Jagtap, Someshwaram. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the day one of this 3-day JavaScript essential course. Okay, audio not available. Guys, please, can you guys let me know? Am I audible, everyone? Am I audible? Guys, am I audible? Please, can you let me know that? Everyone? Fine, am I audible? Perfectly audible, guys. I can see there is a lot of delay in chat. I'm great, guys. Okay, fine. So it's audible. Okay, and that's great. So good evening, everyone. Good evening once again, and welcome to the day one of this 3-day JavaScript essential course, in which we are actually going to learn how to use JavaScript in the web, how to use JavaScript to actually manipulate element, and we will also try to create something out of what we have learned. Okay, so I am really very excited for this course. I want to build something for you, and I want you guys to see what is the power of JavaScript, and why I have mentioned here why JavaScript is the language of the cool people. Actually, every language is the language of the cool people. JavaScript is one of those, and yeah, it is one of the most awesome languages around. So guys, let's go, and in the next 3 days, let's see what we can do. First of all, you know, right? You know that we cannot learn everything in 3 days. So we have 3 days and we have to make the most of it. We'll try to learn basics, we'll try to learn some advanced things as well. And we are also going to build something out of it. Okay. So I hope you guys are excited too. So without taking any more time, let's get started. Okay. So first of all, let's remove this definition. This is our own definition. We'll remove it. And now let's go ahead and let's talk about JavaScript. So first of all, guys, let me ask you, what according to you is JavaScript? Guys, what according to you, Josh? Can I have some answers in the chat? What according to you? Anything you know, and it will be fine if you put it in Hindi, put it in English. I'll understand it completely. Whatever you know, just give me the answer. Okay, what according to you is JavaScript? Come on, guys. I'm waiting for some answers, everyone. And I can see there is a little delay in the chat, but I hope, yep, that will be fine. Guys, come on. What according to you is functionality? Okay, I have started getting some answers. Client side language, high level language. JavaScript is the brain. It is a scripting language, programming language, framework of HTML to make it dynamic. Cool. JavaScript is connect to the web page. Cool. I can see a lot of really good answers here. It's a framework for the web page. Okay, kind of. Web application, it's a programming language, scripting language. Okay, yep. I Now the chat is flooding with answers, and all of them are almost correct. So now, guys, let's make it the perfect answer. So whatever answers you have given, by reading all that and by adding my inputs, let's make a perfect definition for what exactly JavaScript is and what it does, so that in future, if in any interview or somewhere people ask you what is JavaScript, you'll have something more to answer rather than only saying it is a scripting language. Okay, so guys, all of you are correct, and yes, I can see a lot of answers, all of them are correct. But let's go ahead and let's actually see what JavaScript does. So yeah, first line, all of you were correct. It is simply a scripting slash programming language. So basically, it is a scripting slash programming language. That means, yep, It is kind of like a programming language only. It has all the basic constructs like variables, loops, conditions, all that stuff, arrays. It has everything. Is that clear, everyone? So yes, it is a scripting or programming language. You can also call it a JavaScript is simply a programming language. That's all. But but why is JS so famous? Like, why do we talk about it all the time, everywhere? Because it does something special that not all the programming languages can do. We have, see, C is also a programming language, C++ is also a programming language. There are a lot of different programming languages. But why is JS so famous? Like, what it is doing? So let's talk about it, guys. Let's today talk about it. So JavaScript is a scripting slash programming language. That means it has all the basic programming constructs like variables, loop, conditions. But JavaScript was actually not made for that, guys. JavaScript was actually not made for that, right? So let's try to understand what exactly JavaScript was made for. So in the beginning, guys, JavaScript was actually made to manipulate the DOM. When it was initially created, the whole purpose of creating this language was to manipulate the DOM. Okay, now to understand that, we have to go a little back and we need to talk about a little bit about HTML and CSS. Okay, the two most important layers of web designing. Okay, guys, so are we ready? Can we talk about it? So first of all, see, our aim here is not to learn HTML and CSS. I guess everyone knows that. And if you don't know, don't worry. On this channel only, you can just go ahead and search for HTML and CSS essential and you can read about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk. What is HTML? It's simply a markup language which helps you to create what, guys? Which helps you to create the web page and the contents on it. That is what a HTML is. I'm going to just give you some simple definition. HTML is a markup language that helps you to create elements on the web page like paragraphs, images, all that stuff. And CSS is a language which works with HTML to style it. It gives height, width, color, size to your elements. Right. So that's what HTML and CSS do. HTML is used to create the content on the web page. CSS is used to style the content on the web page, to give height, width, color, size, align, all that stuff. So what does JavaScript do? What does JavaScript do? JavaScript is used for manipulation of the DOM. Now, yes, I can see a lot of people asking what is DOM. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it, guys. Now, I hope everyone here knows basic HTML. So let me create a very simple HTML document to make you understand what exactly is a DOM. Okay. So now let me write a very simple HTML code here, guys. So let me write HTML. Okay. And then inside HTML, what do you have? You have a head, right? Inside head, you have a title. Then you close the title. Right? I'm writing a very simple HTML code to make you understand what exactly DOM is. Then you close your head. Then basically you have body. Then your body is also closed. And then finally you close your HTML. Now let's say inside this body, I also have very simple tags like a div. And also let's say I have a p tag. Okay, a very simple HTML document, right? Nothing big, nothing very fancy, a very simple HTML document. Now, if I tell you to create a tree structure of this HTML document, how will we create it? If I go ahead and create a tree structure of this HTML document. Now, see, if you can see this, it's already in a tree structure. You can see first there is a HTML tag. Inside HTML, you have head, you have body. Inside head, you have title. Inside head, you have, sorry, inside body, you have a div, you have a p, right? So let's go on Chrome and let me just take a browser window. Yep, here we go. Let me open Jamboard. Okay, so that I can draw there. Now, if I simply create mistake in body, what mistake I made? Body. Oh, so sorry. I missed a slash. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, guys, now let's move ahead. Okay, so let's create a tree diagram for this. So how it will look like, guys? So first, I'll have my HTML. And inside HTML, I'll have what? I'll have a head tag and I'll also have a body tag, right? And after head, inside head, I have a title. Inside body, here in this case, I'm having a div and I am also having a p tag, right? Simple. So this is how the tree diagram looks like. HTML is having head and body, head is having title, body is having div and p. That's how my tree diagram is looking like right now. Simple. This is what it is. Now, guys, see, this is what you write as your code. You create a .html file, you write all the HTML code. Now, when you execute it on the browser converts your code into a tree. When you run your code on the browser, when your HTML page is generated, the browser converts your HTML code into a tree that looks something like this. Now, it doesn't exactly look like this, it is just a simple diagram. But yes, your HTML code is actually converted into a tree. And then browser reads that tree and understand which element is inside which element and then creates the output for you. That's all. Is that clear? And that tree is what you call as a DOM, document object model. That's it, where each and every element can be considered as an object. This body is object, this div is object, this p is object, title, head, HTML, all of them are an object. That is what DOM is. Simple. So you write your HTML code, you write a lot of HTML code of 1,000 lines, you execute it on the browser, you go and run it on the browser converts your HTML into a tree, and that tree is what you call as DOM, document object model. Very simple. Is that clear, everyone? Guys, can I have a yes here? Is a programming language that is one of the core technology. Yes, Ibrahim, you're correct as well, buddy. Are we cleared, guys? Understood what is DOM? Very simple, nothing big, very, very easy. And now let's move ahead to the definition. JavaScript, as I said, it is a language, or let me write, it is a DOM manipulation language. That means JavaScript is used to manipulate that DOM. That means JavaScript is used to manipulate that tree. Now, when I say manipulate the tree, that means JavaScript can dynamically add an element in this tree, remove any element from the tree, change the style of any element, change the content of any element, anything. JavaScript can manipulate this whole tree. That means add element, it can remove element, it can update an element, it can change the content of an element, it can do anything. That's what JavaScript can do, and that's why JavaScript was created. Because at that time, programming languages were still there. C was there, C++ was there, right? So JS was not intent like the intention to create JS was not for programming language. It was basically created to manipulate the DOM. So you are not. Hey, I saw that Sheikh. I saw that Nambiti. I saw that. Cleared, guys? So that's why JavaScript was made simply for DOM manipulation. But it also needed few programming features. That's why they also added all that concept of variables, loops, conditions, arrays, so that you can also use it like a programming language. So that if you want to perform some task in a programming way, so that you can also use them. That's why JS also has the programming features. So basically, JS is nothing but what, guys? It's simply a programming language, and also it is a DOM manipulation language. That's all. Okay, guys, that's it. That's what it does. Simple. But now, this was when it was created, but now we are in 2020. So JS has developed a lot. So let's also talk about that. Okay. So, guys, understood? Let me mention here programming language as well as a DOM manipulation language. Very simple, very easy to understand, right? But now, in 2009, now see, guys, the whole logic. Now, see the whole logic. That means now, if you want to become a web developer, okay, so basically, you need to learn HTML so that you can create pages. You need to learn CSS so that you can style your content. You need to learn JavaScript so that you can manipulate the DOM. Okay. Now, before moving ahead, let me give you a few examples of manipulating the DOM. Okay. So let's go on a site like Geeks for Geeks. Okay, like this. Let's go on. Now, guys, see, everyone, please focus here. Okay. Now, I don't know if it will come here, but yeah, let's see. Now, you see this page, right? Everyone, you see this page? This page is obviously created using HTML and CSS, well designed and all that stuff. Now, you click on this button, and as soon as you click, this new element comes up. It was not there, but it came up. That means something has created it or generated it, right? It was not there in your page. Initially, our document was like this, right? As soon as I click here we go. This new element appears, which was not there. That means this new element is added into the DOM dynamically by JavaScript. So anything that is added in DOM, you can see on the spot. Anything that is removed from the DOM, it's gone. because whatever is in the DOM, only that can be seen on the browser. So this is one example, one very simple example of what JavaScript can do. Is that clear, guys? When I click on cross, it is removed from the DOM. So yeah, you cannot see it. Understood the whole concept, guys? And now you might have seen a lot of examples like this, right, everyone? You might have seen sliders going on site, right? You click on a button, image moves. You click on a button, something page scrolls automatically. So all that dynamic functionality is also done using JavaScript only. Everything that you see, every interaction that you see is also done using JavaScript. Okay. So now you have a perfect definition that JavaScript is simply a programming language which helps you to manipulate the DOM and also create interactions like click, double click, all that stuff. Okay. That's all, guys. That's all what DOM is. That's all what DOM manipulation is. But now it's now 2022 and JavaScript is much more than that. So basically in 2009, now before going there, let's talk about this. Now that means, guys, see, so if you want to become a full stack web developer, you need to learn HTML so that you can create web pages and create content. You need to learn CSS so that you can style those web pages. You need to learn JS so that you can manipulate DOM and add dynamicness, right? Then you need to learn some database so that you can basically create database and then handle that. You need to learn some backend language like PHP or Java so that you can create your backend server, so that you can handle requests and responses. This is what you have to do. So you that means you need to learn two programming languages. One is JS so that you can manipulate DOM, one more programming language so that you can also create your backend, right? You can also create your APIs and all that stuff. But then in 2009, a person named Ryan Dahl thought that if JavaScript is also a programming language, okay. Now see, guys, the problem with JavaScript was, see, every programming language in this world requires a running environment. Like, for example, if you want to run C, you'll install C compiler in your PC, right? That will support the execution and creation of C files. If you want to run C++, like, for example, if you want to run Java, you install JDK in your computer so that there is something in your computer that can support Java code, run Java code, execute it for you, compile it for you, right? You need the environment. Now, JavaScript also a language. That means it also needs the environment. So by default, when it was created, browser was the environment of JavaScript. By default, when JS was created, browser was the environment. That means you cannot write JavaScript code anywhere other than the browser. By default, browser is the environment of JS. So now that was the problem. That's why even if JS is a programming language, I cannot use it anywhere else because it is only working inside the browser. So you can only use it for DOM manipulation and nowhere else. So now again, in 2009, a person named Randall thought that if JS is supporting all that programming logic, can I also use it like a normal language? Fine, you're doing DOM manipulation, but you also have all the programming features. So can I use you like a normal programming language? So yes, in 2009, he created something called as Node.js, which is nothing but like JDK. It is a runtime of JavaScript. It is an environment of JavaScript which you can install in your PC and then run JavaScript anywhere in your PC, anywhere, not only in the browser. Like a normal C programming language, like a normal Java programming language, now you can also use JavaScript for anything. That means now it is no more limited only to DOM manipulation. You can also use it for normal things. And that's how JavaScript got the boom, because now you can use it to create your APIs. Now you can use it to write machine learning algorithms. Now you can use it like a general purpose programming language for everything, like Java, like Python. Is it clear, guys? So when it was created, it was only limited to the browser. That's why, because see, when they created it, the whole intention was DOM manipulation. But after some time, in 2009, as I said, a person named Randall thought, why not? Because it is supporting all the programming features, why not take it outside the browser? And that's when he created Node.js, which is simply a running environment of JavaScript. That's it, guys. And that's how in 2022, JavaScript is everywhere for web development, for AI development, for controlling drones, for creating APIs, for creating backends, for creating servers. Everywhere you can use JavaScript. But in this 3-day course, we are focusing on this part, only the DOM manipulation, guys. What about AngularJS? Webhub, it's a framework of JavaScript. It's a framework, right? So basically, that means first of all, Angular is not a language. Understand that it's a framework made in JS. It's like a basic project setup that you get by default. Is that clear? So Angular, React, Next, all of them are frameworks. So language is still JS. It's just a lot of things are already done for you. A lot of inbuilt functionalities are already there for you. You just write your code. You just write your own things. A lot of inbuilt functionalities are also already provided to you. That's it. So Angular, React, Next, they are not languages. They are simply frameworks. Okay. So if you know JavaScript, they are very, very easier to learn. So guys, I hope we are cleared here. Difference between Java and JavaScript. See, both of them are languages only. It's not like they. First of all, we never compare them. Both of them are like, it's like comparing C and Java. All of them are languages made for different things, and at one point of time, they start doing the same things. Now there are a lot of things that you can do with Java. You can also do with JavaScript, but there are few things that JS does that Java cannot do, like DOM manipulation. It is it can only be performed by JavaScript. No one else can perform DOM manipulation. That's why JavaScript is one of a kind. Okay, guys. I hope it is cleared now. Can we move ahead, everyone? Guys, can we move ahead? My voice is breaking. Are you sure? So initially, if you ask me, like maybe before 2009, yes, JS was only a client-side language working inside the browser. Java was a general purpose language. But now if you ask, both are almost similar. Both are doing a lot of things, Java and JavaScript. Okay, sir, can we use JS for? Yes, yes, yes. Now we can definitely use JS for backend. But now, guys, our main focus is DOM manipulation. So let's go and let's learn it. Everyone, I hope we are ready now. I hope you understood now what is JavaScript. Right, guys? No confusion at all? Cool then. Let's move ahead. And yes, I would also like to answer one more thing. A lot of people answered that JavaScript was a client-side language. So let me also explain you why we call it. And now it's no more a client-side language. Now you can call it JavaScript is a multi-purpose language. JavaScript is a general purpose programming language which can be used for DOM manipulation inside the browser, and which can also be used like a general purpose programming language outside the browser for different things. Okay, but I would like to give explanation about why it was called as a client-side language. So basically, when you create a website, having all the stuff, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, a lot of things, right? You create a website using a lot of languages. When you load that site in your PC, JavaScript language always used the client machine's PC. That means if I'm loading Facebook, so let's say I go on my browser, I write www.facebook.com. So Facebook site loads, right? So whatever JavaScript processing was there inside the Facebook site, that processing used to use my CPU, the client CPU, not the Facebook server CPU, the client CPU. That's why it is also called as a client side language. That is why it was totally called as a client side language, because it always used to use the client side machine's memory and the CPU. Is that clear? Like PHP, it's a server side language. It always uses the server CPU wherever it is launched. But JS first used to load in the client machine and then use the CPU of the client machine, use the memory to run and to execute. Okay, so that's why it was called as a client side language. Okay, I hope we are cleared, guys. Everyone, I hope DOM manipulation language means DOM fee. First of all, what is DOM manipulation? As I said, manipulating the tree, manipulating the whole HTML and CSS. JavaScript can manipulate the elements that you create using HTML. You can manipulate the content of the HTML. You can manipulate the CSS. That's what is called as a DOM manipulation language. Okay, guys, and for all the people joining new, you just go a little back, okay, in the video, and you can watch it again. There I've explained what is DOM and what exactly is DOM manipulation. Okay, guys, so now then let's move ahead and let's see some examples. So as I said, we are only going to be focusing on this part, not on this part, right? Not on this part. I'm assuming that you know a little bit of programming, okay, and we are not focusing on Node.js at all. Our main focus for these 3 days is DOM manipulation. Okay, so let's go and let's start learning it. So first of all, the code editor that I'm going to use for this 3-day course is going to be VS Code. For all the people who don't Know where to get it? You can just search for VS Code download, and that's it. This first link you will get, you can go on that link and then simply download the one that you suits your PC. So if you're having Windows, download Windows. If you're having Linux, you can go for, like, if you have Ubuntu, then .deb, right? If you have Mac, download the one. Again, the installation is very simple. Just download, double click, and then simply next, next, next. And after installation, after opening it for the first time, it will look something like this. And again, guys, it's not mandatory that you have to use VS Code. You can go ahead and use Sublime Text, brackets, Notepad++, Atom, PHP Storm, WebStorm, whatever you want. It's completely fine. It right now, it doesn't matter which editor you use, but I would suggest you to use VS Code because it's much more lightweight and simpler to use. So the only two things we need for this course is VS Code and a browser. That's all. No more requirements. So is there a way to use Python as backend and React? Yes, Summer, yes. Yes, you can create your APIs in Python, right? I think there's something called as Flask, right? Which you use in Python to make APIs. I don't know much about Python, but yeah, I think, yes, you can make APIs. And yes, React.js is going to help you to create a front end. So can we use Notepad++? Yes, obviously fine. Just don't use Notepad. Just don't use Notepad. It's a text editor. It will not help you in coding. You'll always get confused in giving spaces, in writing content, because everything is black there. So it is not easy to understand things there. So use Notepad++, but just don't use Notepad. That's all. Okay, guys. So now, first of all, let's go on desktop and let's create a folder where we are going to store all our files and folders that we create here. This is still called as a client-side language. No more. It's like, fine, it is still a client side, but it's no more only a client side. Now JS is also used as a server side language. Is it clear, Jagtap? So now it's no more. Initially it was only a client side language. Now it's no more only client side. It's client side as well as server side. So now it's multi-purpose. Okay. So now, guys, let me name this folder JSESS. Now this folder will be shared to you on a regular basis. PyCharm, I don't know if PyCharm supports creation of HTML, but I think as an editor it should support. So you can use it, but I don't know how much support it will provide to you in terms of coding. But yeah, if you want, you can try it. Obviously, it's totally fine. Is that clear, Parul? Definitely try it, but I would suggest you to use VS Code in this case. Close the body. I saw that. Don't worry. I saw that. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. We have removed that. We don't have it anymore. Okay. I'm assuming you guys know HTML, so no need to worry about that simple slash. Don't worry. But now, when we code, we'll focus on everything. Okay, guys. So let's move ahead now. So first of all, let's go ahead and let's open this folder in VS Code. So file, open folder, and let's go on desktop. And here we go. This is our folder name, JSESS. Here we go. The folder is opened, and now we can go ahead and create our files. Now, as I said, we are going to work with, like, we are going to be working with DOM manipulation, right? Our main aim of learning JavaScript is DOM manipulation, right? That means we definitely need a HTML file. If you want to perform JS DOM manipulation, you definitely need what, guys? An HTML file. Because if you don't have the DOM, how will you perform DOM manipulation? And if you want the DOM, you need an HTML page, right? So let's go ahead and first of all create a simple HTML page, which I'm going to name as, let me just zoom it, index.html. Okay, a simple file. That's all. Okay, guys. Now then, let's create the basic HTML, and here we go. The basic HTML. Right now, there are a lot of unwanted tags that we don't need as of now. So we're going to remove all these meta tags. And here we go. A simple HTML file, guys. A simple clean HTML file. I hope everyone knows this. For everyone who don't know HTML, I would really suggest you to go ahead on this channel only and just watch HTML and CSS essentials once. So let's go, guys. Let me just write JS essentials. Now then, run this page. Now you can, if you want, you can also use a live server for it. But I'm not gonna use live server. I'm gonna use this thing. So I'm simply gonna right click on my page, copy the path, go in my browser, and simply paste it. And that's it. Here we go. A blank empty page. That's it. Now, guys, before moving ahead, let me ask one question. Are we ready? Can we start with JS, everyone? Can we start with JS DOM manipulation? Guys, everyone, can we start with JS DOM manipulation? Just confirming once. I'm waiting. I know the chats are around 5 seconds delayed. So, guys, should we go ahead? Let me just write a H1 here till then, till the time I get your answer. Hello, welcome to JS, something like that. Here we go. Very simple, very easy. Okay, now I can see a lot of yeses. So, guys, then let's go and let's start. VS Code has great plugins and live server and autocomplete. Exactly, Rishi. Exactly. That's why it was one of the most favorite editor, right? So, guys, first of all, if you want to start writing JS with HTML, see, guys, whenever your aim is to use JS for the browser, for the DOM manipulation, you always need a HTML page. If you want to use JS outside the browser for anything else, then you need to install Node.js in your PC and then use it. But if you ever want to use JS with HTML for the browser purpose, you always need a HTML page with it. Okay. So now then, let's go here. First thing that you need is a script tag. Always mention it at the end of your body. So basically, inside the body, you will have all your HTML elements. Like, let me mention all HTML elements here. And after that, at the end only, put the script. This is a very good practice and a standard. I have seen a lot of people putting their script in the head tag. You should never do that. Okay, there is no security or something like that. I have seen people explaining that this is secured. It's nothing like that. You put it in head, you put it in body, doesn't matter, not for security at least. Okay, so you should always put it at the end. Why? I'll tell you. See, first of all, as I said, if you're using JS with the HTML page, that means your main aim is to perform DOM manipulation, right? That means, now, how this will work? Now, when your HTML page loads, first all your HTML elements will load and then your JS will load, because JS is at the end. So if your aim is to perform DOM manipulation, first you want the DOM to load, right? That's why we always put it at the end. If I put it on top, then a lot of things might not work because DOM has still not loaded. You're loading the script first and then the DOM. So that's a problem, right? You want the DOM to load first. You want all your elements to load first and then your script, because you're going to use that script to perform DOM manipulation. That's why always at the end. Okay. And now here we are ready. So now, guys, let me introduce you first with one of the inbuilt objects. Sir, I want to join full course. How can I join? Prem, you can just go on letsupgrade.in, buddy. Just go ahead and contact us from there. We'll talk about it. Okay. So, guys, then let's move ahead, everyone. So the first thing that I'm introducing to you here is one of the inbuilt objects in JavaScript that is called as console. Why I'm introducing this? Because just like when you start learning any other language, guys, like for example, you start learning C, the first thing that you learn is printf, on how to print something. When you start learning, I don't know, maybe Python, there you learn print. When you start learning Java, you first learn system.out.println. That means the first thing you learn in a language is how to print something. Okay. But as you can see, right now our output area is a browser. Okay. But if you see, your browser provides you an area where you can actually print things. That doesn't hurt your elements. Because see, guys, you are going to use this white page of your browser for designing pages, for putting elements, images, text, content. You're not going to use it for printing purpose. But what if I want to print something and see what's going on, but I don't want to print on the web page? Is there any other area? So yes, you can right click on your browser, click on inspect. As soon as you click on inspect on your web page, it opens this area. This is what you call as developer tools. Why they are called as developer tools? Because developers use it to do a lot of things. If you're familiar with HTML and CSS, you might be already familiar with this area, this elements section. You might be already familiar. This is your DOM tree, guys. See, this is basically your DOM tree, which is looking exactly like your code, but this is your DOM tree. Okay. But now we are not focusing on this right now. People knowing HTML and CSS might be already knowing this. This is the area where you can see your CSS. This is the area where you can see your elements. But what we are focusing here is this one, console. So guys, this is the area. This is the area where you can do a lot of things. If there is any issue with JavaScript, the errors will be here. If there is issue in your code, the error will be here. If you want to print something and see, the error, basically that output will, you can put your output here. If you want to do any kind of stuff, any kind of programming stuff, any kind of printing stuff, any kind of calculation stuff, you can always come here and do it. Is that clear? This is the area that we call as the console in the browser. Because for only printing a number, you don't want to disturb your web page, right? You have a very good design, let's say. Do you want to disturb it? No. Kausalya is asking JavaScript how to install. You don't have to install JavaScript. As I said initially, right? When JavaScript was created, it was created for the browser. So by default, the running engine of JavaScript is the browser. Browser supports JavaScript by default. So no need to do any stuff. It supports it by default. So guys, this is the area called as console. So guys, let's see how to print something here using JavaScript. As I said now, there is an inbuilt object called as console. This is the object that helps you access this area. Okay. But now I want to print something here. No worries. Console has a function called as log. So you can just write console dot log. Then write whatever you want, like let's say hello world. Save it, always save it, guys, and this just go here and refresh your page. Can you see that, everyone? Your hello world is printed on the console. So that's how you print something on the console. So how about using document.write? See, Rishi, I personally don't use document.write as it is going to overwrite your document. So whatever design you have on your document, it will overwrite everything because you're writing in the document. So it's never a good idea, Rishi. That's why. But again, if you do it, it will just print something here. So instead of printing in the console, you're printing it here. But at what cost? So I'm just saying, if you have a good design, that whole design will be overwritten with your document.write text message. So that's why you should avoid using document.write. That's why we have the secondary option as console.log to print something here so that your web page is intact. See, nothing happened to my web page. Could I use Sublime Editor? Yes, obviously you can. Definitely you can use it. So guys, that's why we avoid document.write and we use console.log. So guys, that's how you print something in JavaScript on the console. Okay, by using console.log, and see how good the console is. It also tells you this output is coming from which line. It is coming from index.html line number 15. See, line number 15 index.html. So it also tells you that. If you make any issues, like for example, let's say I forget this bracket. Let's see. Here we go. See that? It also tells you if you have an issue, uncaught syntax error, unexpected string on line number 15. That means there is an issue at line number 15. Now my VS Code is supporting in this case, but also if your editor doesn't support, your browser will give you the issue. So if at any point of time you make any issue in JS, console is also going to help you in that. That's why console is important. Is it clear? And also you asked me, Rishi, right? How about using document.write? You cannot print everything on the document. You can only print text. In console, you can literally print everything: objects, text, array, numbers, booleans, whatever you want. Is that clear? You can print any kind of data here. On the browser area, you can only print the text. That's all. That's why console.log for the win in this case. Okay, guys? So it's like your printf of C. It's like your system.out.println of Java. Okay, guys? Now, see, guys, I am assuming that you guys are already familiar with some basic programming like variables, loops, and all that stuff. Okay. So we are directly going to focus on the DOM manipulation part. But if you really want to learn everything from scratch about JavaScript, about Node.js, about all the stuff, you guys can also check out our courses. Just go on LetsUpgrade.in and just check out the full stack courses where you'll be having a 6 months long course where you'll be learning how to become a full stack developer from scratch, from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, React, Angular, everything. Is that cleared? We're also going to build around 15 plus projects in there, like Netflix, like Instagram. We'll be creating our own chatting system and all that stuff. Okay, so if you guys want that, if you guys feel good about it, you guys can go ahead and check it out. And then let's continue. I can't understand it. Please do one more time. What do you want me to? How can I open the console field? Okay, Someshwaram, wait. See, you can do this. Right click on your web page and just click on this. See, inspect. That's all. It will open this area and then you can go on console. That's it. That's how you go on the console. Is it clear, Someshwaram? So, guys, now let's move ahead. Code language not supported or defined. This is what I'm getting. Where are you getting it, Dhruv? On the browser or on the editor? On the browser, you should never get it. Code language not supported. Are you getting it in the editor? Okay, guys. Now see, our main aim here is to learn DOM manipulation. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about it. So now, as we now know, guys, what is DOM manipulation? It's nothing but manipulating the tree, manipulating the DOM tree. And how the DOM tree is formed? By your HTML elements. So you create your HTML page, you run it on the browser, right? Your HTML code is converted into a DOM, in a DOM tree. That's what you call as a document object model. And JavaScript can manipulate that tree. And when JavaScript manipulates that tree on the go, you see changes in your web page design. Elements are getting added, elements are getting removed, all that stuff. Right? That's what DOM manipulation is, guys. Right? You might have seen a lot of examples. Now then, let's start with it. Let's see how actually it is performed. Right, guys? So let's go. So now, the first and the most important object that you need if you want to start performing DOM manipulation is this, something called as document. It is again an inbuilt object in JavaScript which actually helps you access the document, which actually helps you to access the DOM tree. This document is actually a DOM. Let me show you. Again, you can console.log this as well, like this. See, and now you can see I console.log it. See, guys, what is it? What is it giving me? It is giving me my whole HTML tree. Can you see that, guys? It is giving me my whole HTML tree. So this is the object. So in JavaScript, we have a document object which actually helps you access the DOM directly. And now you can use that object to get any element and work on it and change it. Is that clear? What is the use of console, Omkar? We use it to print something. See, right now, as I printed my document object in the console, can you see that? See that? I printed my document object in the console. So console is the area where you can print something, where you can see errors and all that stuff. And for all the people joining new, you can just go a little back in the video and understand it again. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? See that? So this is the object. This is the object of the document. This is the object of the DOM. And this is the object that we're going to always use to work. Is that cleared? What is the work of the console? It is an area in the browser where you can print something, where you can see your errors, where you can print anything and watch what's going on, where you can debug your code. Understanding, Parul? Log is a function. Photophilia, log is a function. It's simply an inbuilt function of console object. That's all. Okay, guys, everyone? Understanding the document object, guys? Cleared? So this is, you can see, as I printed in the console, document object is giving me everything. Everything, literally everything that I have in the document. Okay? All the elements and everything. Now then, I want to manipulate an element. So in this case, let's go and create some more elements. Like let's say I have a p tag as well, in which I write I am a paragraph. And let's say I write one h2, in which I write I am heading 2, something like that. Okay, guys, all that stuff. Now I can see I have multiple elements here. Okay, again, let's revisit. प्रिंट करने से वो वेब पेज पर क्या इफेक्ट करेगा कंसोल में? सक्षम, अगर आप कंसोल में कुछ करोगे तो वही बात है कि वो वेब पेज पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा. आप समझ रहे हो? अगर मैं जब भी कुछ कंसोल में करता हूं, मेरे वेब पेज को कोई हार्म नहीं होता, इसीलिए हम कंसोल में करते हैं. Okay, yes, Mukya, I want, but the only problem is I want everyone to understand, right? So yep. Okay, guys, let's go now. Let's go. Okay, guys, please focus now. So document object, again, I'm just revising it. Document object is basically the object that gives you everything. It basically gives you access to the DOM tree. Okay, see, these are all the elements in the tree. Now then, let's say I decide to manipulate an element. For example, let's say I decide to manipulate this paragraph element, this P element. Okay, which is also in the tree. See, this P element is also in the tree. And I decide to manipulate it. Okay. So how can I manipulate? Document object is giving me the access to the whole tree. Fine, here you go, whole tree now. But now Inside that tree, there is one paragraph element, and I only want to manipulate that. So how can I do it? So for that, guys, you first need to learn how to select that element that you want to manipulate, or how to get the element that you want to manipulate. It is like, think of it like this: you have HTML elements, you want to apply CSS, right? So guys, how do you apply CSS? You give it an ID or a class, and then based on the ID or class, you select it, and then you apply CSS, right, everyone? So that's what you also have to do here. You just need to learn now how to select an element, and then you can start performing manipulation. So guys, let's go ahead and let's learn it. So first of all, here I am going to give it a class called as para, and based on this class, I am going to be fetching this whole element. I'm going to be selecting this whole element. So let's go, guys. Let's see how to select an element. Very simple. Document object dot, you can write something called as query selector, and then inside that, you just need to mention the tag name or the class name of the element you want to select. I want to select the element which is having a class name of para. So now, guys, again, let's print it and let's see, are we getting the element? Now understand the use of console, guys. It prints literally everything. You're using it to understand what are you getting at any point of time. So see, guys, it is actually giving me the paragraph element, and when I hover on it, see, it is selecting the element. That means it is the correct element that I want. So guys, that's how you actually select the element. This is one way. There are multiple ways, but yeah, this is one way. So document gives you the access to the whole tree, dot query selector, and then whatever element you want to select. So document dot query selector and then dot para, and it is selecting the element which is having a class of para. And that's all, guys. Now let me remove the console.log because I don't need it anymore. And now, guys, let's go ahead and let's see how to manipulate things. So now I know that this thing is giving me the element. This thing is giving me access to this element. And let's say I decide now I want to manipulate the content inside it. I want to manipulate the content inside it. So how can I do that? Very simple. After selecting the element, you have an inbuilt property called as inner text. Just write dot inner text and put whatever you want. So let's say I write new text, something like this. That means now read this whole line. Select the para element and dot inner text. This basically means change its inner text to new text. By default, the inner text is I'm a paragraph. I'm now changing it to new text. Let's see if it is actually working. Save it, and here we go. After refreshing, see that, guys? See, in the code, I have written I am paragraph, but I'm telling JavaScript to manipulate the element and change its text to new text. And that's, here we go. Everyone, are we cleared with this, guys? Please tell me. Are we cleared? Please, guys, tell me. Understandable? And you can actually select any element and change its content. For example, I can also select this element. Let me give it a class of heading, something like that. Okay, and let's go ahead. Let's select that as well. So how will you select, guys? Again, document, which gives you the whole tree, dot query selector, and then dot heading, dot inner text. You can change its text to, let's say, something like let's say, hi guys, something like that. And here we go. See that, guys? We didn't change it in the code. See, we didn't change anything in the code. We changed it using JavaScript. So now see, JavaScript is performing DOM manipulation. It is getting the element from the tree and changing its content. Is that clear, guys? That's how things work. That's how things work. Query selector is basically a function inbuilt in JavaScript. It is an inbuilt function of document object which helps you to select an element based on its class or ID or tag name. Okay. Now let me show you one more thing. Let's say I have a div in this case and give it a class of, let's say, 1. Okay. Let's apply some CSS to it. So let's go here, style dot 1, height of 200 pixels, width of 200 pixels. Let's say I give it a background color of red. See, guys, initially the color is what? Red. Now then, let's go ahead and let's use JavaScript to change its color to yellow. Should we do that, guys? Should we do that? Let's use JavaScript to change its color to yellow. By default, it's red. So first of all, see guys, the basic mantra of performing DOM manipulation is first select the element you want to work on. So now I want to work on this div. Correct guys? So everyone, can you tell me how should I select this? The code line to select this element. Guys, come on. I want to select this element. What should I write? Write the complete line. Write the complete line, everyone. Come on. Quickly. Write the complete line. What should I do? Guys, waiting for your answers. Everyone. I'll write the half document. After that, what? I'm still waiting. I think the chats are a lot delayed today. Guys, I want to select this element that is having class of 1. What should I write here? Document dot query selector. Exactly. Not para, not para. I don't want to select para, right? I don't want to select this element. I want to select this element because I created this element and that is having this. So I want to manipulate this one, right? Yep, exactly. Dot 1. Now, I don't want to change the content. I want to change the color. No, 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 Aditi. We cannot use inner text. See, inner text is always used to change the content, the textual content of the element. What I want is, I want to change the color, and color is applied using CSS, right? That means now I need to manipulate the CSS. Is that cleared? So to manipulate the CSS of an element, first thing is select the element, then dot style, and then dot any CSS property you want to change. I want to change background color equals to whatever color you want to put. So in this case, let's put yellow. I might see there's some issue here. I'll tell you, don't worry. Okay, and the issue is, see, in CSS, you write background color like this, background hyphen color, correct? But the problem is, in JavaScript, as JS is a programming language, hyphen is considered as minus, so it doesn't work. That's why whatever CSS property is containing a hyphen, you need to convert it into camel casing. So you have to write it like this, background and then C capital color. That's how you have to write. That's all. And that's it, guys. So first select the element, then mention what do you want to do. Do I want to change the textual content? If yes, so I have to use inner text. But in this case, I want to change the CSS. So if you ever decide to change CSS, you have to write dot style dot any CSS property you want to manipulate. Just don't use hyphens. Use camel casing. So background color equal to yellow. Let's see. And here we go. See, initially I have given it red, but using JavaScript, I'm making it yellow and it is working. To understand, guys, let me mention few rules here. To manipulate element, okay? Rules. Let me mention rules. What are the rules of manipulating elements? First rule is select the element, because without selecting, you cannot work on the element. Second rule is think. What do you want to do? Do you want to change textual content? So yes, for that you have inner text. This is for what? To work on textual content of the tag or element, right? And if you want to change the styling, you have style. This is for what? To change the CSS property of a element. That's you. Can we use hex code? Yes, obviously you can use that. You can just let me just do it. I can put hash fe. I think it stands for something, some shade of gray. So yep, here we go. See now. Oh, okay, I need a shade of gray. What can be a shade of gray, guys? Let me just comment out this code for a second. Let's take a shade of gray. You can definitely use it. Let me just show you. So let me just take a hex code of this one. I was not sure what FP was. Now let's put this one as here. Yep, here we go. So please write all syntax you have done till now in comments, please. Okay, Acho, you're coding with me. Okay, okay. Yes, Akshay, don't worry. Tomorrow I'm going to be explaining inner HTML as well. Today was basically to understand what exactly DOM manipulation is. Now that you guys have understood DOM manipulation, tomorrow we're going to learn more about it. Why we not use document.getElement by ID? Mayank, as see, there are many ways. That is one more way. This is one more way. Jasim is asking what is DOM breakpoint. You see this here? See this? This is what you can consider as your DOM breakpoint. See? Okay, and yes, there is one more explanation for it, and I'll do that tomorrow for you. Don't worry about that, buddy. Okay, so wherever a new branch starts, okay, now that breakpoint has multiple meanings, so I actually have to understand what exactly is your doubt. Okay, so everyone, are we cleared with the basic of DOM? Also, RGB color we can use. Yes, yes, Akshay, any kind of color you can just put it there. So guys, are we cleared with the basic of DOM manipulation? Please tell me, everyone. All set? Okay, very simple. So now you understood, right? See, this is your HTML code. When you execute it, it is converted into a tree, right? Now document is the object which is inbuilt in JavaScript, which helps you access the tree. And then it has a method called as query selector, by using which you can select any element from that tree. And then you can use unit text to manipulate the textual content. You can use style.any CSS property to manipulate the CSS. So document.getElement by ID or document.querySelector. See, Priyanshu, if you use document.getElement by ID, you're mentioning that I am only going to select my element using ID. If you're mentioning query selector, you're basically mentioning that I'm going to use it like CSS. I'm going to select my elements like I do using CSS by using dot and hash logic. Understood? See, the name says right, document.getElement by ID. It means get the element by ID. Query selector means basically selecting elements just like you select using CSS. For example, if you want to select an element using its class name, you mention dot class name. If you want to select an element using ID, you mention hash that ID. Just like that, you can mention dot para, dot heading, dot one. Don't worry, guys. Tomorrow will again, I'll tell you what document.getElement by ID is. Don't worry at all. सो आई होप आप सबको समझा. मॉन्टी पूछ रहे हैं क्वेरी सिलेक्टर और डॉक्यूमेंट गेट एलिमेंट बाय आईडी में क्या डिफरेंस है. अभी मैंने बोला कि गेट एलिमेंट बाय आईडी आपको सिर्फ आईडी से एलिमेंट सेलेक्ट करने का एबिलिटी देता है. क्वेरी सिलेक्टर यूज करके आप किसी भी तरीके से एलिमेंट सेलेक्ट कर सकते हो, आईडी से, क्लास से, टैग नेम से, कैसे भी. पक्का यश रावत, अगर आप करते हो कंप्लीट कोर्स तो ये तो बहुत बेसिक चीज है. सी गाइस, राइट नाउ वी आर ओनली स्क्रैचिंग द सरफेस. If you want to learn the whole full stack web development, you need around 4 to 5 months time in which you can learn everything. But yes, if you do that, these things will become much more easier for you, because these are nothing in that case. They're very small things. Yes, Ladley is asking, can we manipulate the document from the console? Yes, you can do that. You can manipulate the document directly by writing code here as well. See, again, console's one more use. See guys, you can do that actually. See, I can do this. See, document dot, let me write query selector dot one dot style dot background color equals green. Here we go. Definitely use it. See guys, one more use of console. You can always do things live here, but it's temporary. Once you refresh, it's gone. So whatever you code, only that is permanent. Yes, you can also use document.getElements by class name. But don't worry, guys. We'll talk about all of that tomorrow. Today was the introduction session of DOM manipulation. So I hope you guys understood what exactly are the basics. So the whole aim of this lecture was to understand what is DOM and what is DOM manipulation. Now tomorrow we'll talk about get element by ID. We'll talk about query selector all. We'll talk about event handling. We'll see how to handle events, because see right now these things are happening on the spot. What if I don't want these things to happen on the spot? What if I want to click somewhere and then the color should change to black? Here what is happening, initially it is red, but as soon as my page loads, JS also loads, and this becomes black. What if I click somewhere, I want to make it black? So tomorrow we'll talk all about that. Tomorrow we'll talk about event handling, different ways of selecting elements, and all that stuff. And tomorrow we'll also learn how to read input fields value. Okay guys, so tomorrow we have a lot of things to learn. I really hope everyone from you will join. And why you not create function for manipulations? We'll do that tomorrow when we learn event handling. So guys, are we cleared, everyone? I hope all of the logic is cleared. Guys, no issues at all. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this session. And I really hope that you guys, all of you guys will join tomorrow as well. All these 300 people will join tomorrow as well, exactly at 6:30, when we learn event handling, more about DOM manipulation, and also reading input field value. So these are three topics that we're going to cover tomorrow. So I hope everyone will be there. So thank you so much, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Bye bye, guys. Have a great night. Bye bye, everyone. Have a great night.